Okay, well, let's introduce Mahjoob Zweiri, who's the director of Gulf Studies Centre at the Qatar University. He joins us here in Doha. Very warm welcome to you. So how encouraged should we be about what we've heard from the US Secretary of State and the Qatari Foreign Minister?
I think when it comes to the war on Gaza, there is some hope when it comes to the response of Hamas. And here, let me just make it clear that this is the second mediation effort where the focus is on a frame, on roadmap, on how things should be done. This is not the agreement. So we have to differentiate between a mediation leads to just a normal one like November, but this one is different. This one is about the basis for a serious exit strategy for what's happening in Gaza. So that's the reason it took some time from, I think, from all parties to, first of all, to put this suggestion onto in reality in Paris, and now to get the response from Hamas and other resistant groups. So that's an important step. I think this does give hope that there is a move towards a sort of stop this operation in Gaza. But let's be clear on that and admit that the conflict, the whole war, has reached to the fatigue stage, where basically Israelis, first of all, they got everything they can imagine, which basically destroying Gaza without achieving anything. And they are now repeating actually this kind of destruction. On the other side, the Palestinians themselves, they have not reached this point because basically their aim has been achieved the 7th of October. So the Israelis now on the fatigue stage, and they have to work hard to move out from that status quo, because this costs them a lot, politically and economically and militarily.
As we heard there, Antony Blinken, of course, has raised the prospect of normalising relationships between Israel and Saudi Arabia. How much of this continues to be an attractive carrot for Israel going forward, given all the domestic tensions in the country, particularly within the cabinet there?
This kind of discourse is something pleases Biden administration, and that is something, a reward given to Netanyahu. So as an expert in the region, no one is ready to listen to this at the moment without stopping the war in Gaza. So Blinken is in his 6th visit to the region. This is the 2nd time he is talking about normalization, and because he feels that is a reward could be given to Netanyahu to give some concessions when it comes to the war on Gaza, and that could be another achievement to Biden administration when it comes to Middle East foreign policy, that he has actually done another agreement between Israel and Saudi Arabia. So this is the context of normalization, has to deal with fixing the failure of Biden foreign policy in the Middle East and giving a reward to Netanyahu. Otherwise, other parties in the region, they have one interest so far, is to end the war in Gaza and have clear exit strategy to what's happened in Gaza and West Bank.
So, to a certain extent, it mustn't be all about simply incentivizing this and offering a reward to Israel to get them to agree to a framework. In that respect, does the United States need to pull some more severe levers when it comes to encouraging, forcing even, Israel to move forward on this?
They have a lot in hand. They have the discussion now, as your correspondent talk about the Congress, they talk about military support, economic support. They have a lot in hand. The Americans, if they want to do it, they can do a lot actually, and that's something to be asked to by the administration, why they are not doing enough to stop this war in Gaza, and why Netanyahu is actually pushing them to the direction which is not of the interest of the United States. Anyone, the first-year student in political science and IR will say everything happened now is not in the interest of the United States, because it brings hatred to the United States from the region and across the globe. And I don't know how they can see the things otherwise.
Mahjoob Zweiri, always good to hear your analysis. Many thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. My pleasure.